It's the 2nd of June, 2021. I was just reading a story on KSBW's page that Luis Alejo, one of our county supervisors for District 1, was arrested over the weekend for DUI. The Coast Weekly is reporting that his blood alcohol level was at 0.16, which is twice the legal limit. There's a couple of things that struck me is that the CHP actually allowed him to get a ride home from someone instead of booking him into county jail or taking a mugshot. They just had him, it was a cite and release basically. And I've seen in the past where that's happened with other people. It happened to my stepdad. There was a Monterey police officer who, before becoming a cop, had lived with my stepdad and my mom and my younger brother, and he had called my younger brother and said, "Hey, you come pick your dad up. He's drunk. He was over on Lighthouse in Monterey." And I was like, "Well, what lesson did he learn? He didn't have to go to jail for being a drunk driver." I think a little public humiliation, shaming to a certain degree is a deterrent, but. Then I started thinking, the Christine Huckabee woman who was the director of Parks and Recreation for the city of Monterey for a short period of time, she got a DUI and she was at 0.16. It happened on an Easter Sunday a few years ago. I did a video on it. I've since taken it down. She's done her probation, I think, by now. And, it's go on with your life. But she was given the option of... you can quit, and then I guess that gives her a chance to go out in the world and find another job working in the public realm. But she didn't get to stay with the city, and then I had to take into consideration that recently Alejo is one of the people that voted to censure Sheriff Steve Burnell for funding issues and manpower allocation related to one of the golf tournaments, or not the golf tournament. It was with I think there was a sheriff's convention or something in Monterey, and they went shooting out at somebody's ranch and they had, however many thousands of dollars of ammo. I guess you could write that off as training. Cops go when they shoot guns. That's what they do. They have to practice. But they censured Sheriff Burnell, even after the district attorney's office determined that he'd done nothing wrong, according to the way things had been set up. But, they just try to put him in a bad light and make him, I guess, try to confuse voters or something along those lines. I'm not quite sure. But, it's like, so what happens to Luis Alejo at this point? Does he just... he gets his day in court and, we don't get a mug shot, which is, kind of bums me out. I was hoping to have a mug shot. But then there's another aspect of it that's disturbing is that this was sent to the Monterey County District Attorney's Office from CHP with a recommendation to charge with drunk driving. And this week, the Board of Supervisors is going over, their budget for the entire county, from what I was reading in another story. And that same DA has to take these things into consideration. They're going to charge someone that's got a lot of juice with the Democrat Party and all the liberals on the Board of Supervisors. And, they're the ones that are going to be voting for the DA's budget, and then the DA has to file a case and hopefully, move towards conviction. I don't know how that works. And then the judges even, you got a judge that's funded by the county, I believe. Isn't that how that works? So anyways, it's kind of sad in a sense that you see some people getting away with things. He hasn't gotten away with anything yet, other than, he was allowed to have somebody come pick him up, not get his mugshot taken, not get booked into county jail, which happens to most other people that I've seen, in the blogs. There's a few that have been cited, probably for wet reckless or something along those lines. But his car, I don't know if it was impounded or not, but hey, good job, CHP. You got another one off the road for the moment. And I guess Luis Alejo's apologized to his constituents and or whoever would listen, I guess. But yeah, it's be interesting to follow this one. Anyways, if you hear anything about the story, leave a comment, or any suggestions you feel would be appropriate. What would be an appropriate punishment for a public official? Should they lose their job, or should they be censured? And how actually does that work? Does that just happen from their end, or can the public do that as well? Peace out.